Hey guys, how are you? Today is our day 35 of English practice. Let's begin for 10 minutes. And today I come across with the topic what are the challenges and what are the difference between when you drive any vehicle, maybe a car, maybe a bike on the roads of hills as compared to roads of cities. There is a much difference. The roads are curvy and are also sleek. Sometimes, if the road is one lane in the hills, then if you are not a good driver, especially in a car, and you don't know how to do back reverse your car, so it may be challenge you, and you may be hopeless at that time, and then it's very dangerous situation because mostly in the hills, when you look down from the roads, is the when you look down from the roads, but I can say English. Wait a minute. I have to Khai, Khai. I have to find a meaning of Khai. Yeah, I wasted some 30 seconds and I have to compensate it. Yeah, valley, cliff, steep drop, steep drop. Yeah. When you look down from the road, it is a steep drop. And if you don't know how to do reverse the car in especially in the hills, then you might get hopeless and it's very dangerous situation. It's a steep drop. If you go there, your chances of surviving is impossible. Even if you have a five-star car, even you have a Volvo, your chances of surviving if you go from that steep drop, then very less. Hope so. You are you will be live a happy life. But coming to the point, I got blank on my mind right now. But I have to talk. Yeah. So if you want to drive on the hills, you have to be like prepared. You have to be practice as much as possible. And if you live on the cities area, your drive is more often in cities area like Delhi, metro cities, Pune. I think Pune is a metro city or not, I don't know. Noida. So if you come to hills for any tour, so come with a driver, a specialist driver who also know how to drive cars on hills. If you are a new driver and you have only experience of driving in metro cities only, so don't come to the hills because you don't have that experience, and don't take it on your ego like I can drive anywhere. No, brother. Think logically. If I drive the car on hills only, sorry, if I drive the cars on city only, so I don't have an experience of the hills. But if a person have a experience of driving on hills, and he know a little bit of how to drive in cities, so he can drive it. But if you have an experience of driving more in city, and if you only have a little bit of experience of driving in hills, so it's dangerous because there is a steep drop on the roads of hills, and on city area it's not that much dangerous compared to hills. If you think logically, it's all my opinion, okay? And I have talked about 4 minutes about this topic, and let's do it more. In hills, you need patience to drive a car, and you have to take your down ego because if a heavy vehicle like a truck coming from front of you, and you are on hills, and if you go near to it, the vehicle is coming from opposite side, and it's a single lane. So here, what you do, you have let down your ego, and you have to wait and put your car, take your car, take your car on the side, and pass that big vehicle. Okay, that's thing you need. And what I can say more about this thing, yeah, the weather is of hills are too certain. If it's sun in a day, it may be storm in the night, rain in the night. So be careful about it, because driving on a rainy season and on hills, and when there is a fog, it's a difficult situation. So for this situation, you have to be like wait, so that the weather may be become good, more in favor of you. Now you can travel. Okay, and you need a good speed control, because you have to be apply the brakes on the steep, what I can say, on turns when you go on a hills, and you haven't press the accelerator pedal. Okay, but when the turn comes, your leg should always rest on the brake. If some vehicle come, then you have a you have your leg on a brake. So if it's, you don't have to that much of need a reflex time. You just press the brake, and where you have to revolve the steering, you can do. I know I am touching this topic first time. That's why I may not use the good vocab. Yeah, turn the steering. I said revolve the steering. I didn't touch it. That's why I'm touching those topics which I don't have touch in my life. If I talk about that thing, only self improvement, then I have too much to talk about, and I'm confident in that thing. And the vocab also I know. So I'm trying to talk about those topic in which I don't have an idea in my life, like I didn't talk about. And some people like hills, some people like cities. Some people like cities because they like the lightings there. They You can easily get any restaurants, you can easily get any hotels to stay. And some people like, but some people are like more of want peace, and they don't get bored from that peace. So in the hills you don't find a restaurant easily, if there is a remote area especially. And the hotels are also less, and there are less facilities compared to cities, but hills are more peaceful. But now hills are also becoming tourist place, and it's becoming very much crowd, so I don't like it. If it is a place which is peace, it should be like that only. And what I can talk about, like, but in cities, in cities there is a lot of traffic, which I don't like. And people are do race driving also. I am not saying in hills people are not do race driving, but the speed is less compared to hills, because in a hills a driver can't drive aggress, aggressively. Okay, I am having difficulty on pronunciation. Like, he need to put the brake on the turn. If he don't do it, his car maybe go down from the steep drop, or the balance of car can not become, and it got, what I can say, palatna. I have to search on ChatGPT because I never touched this topic. Yeah, car may get rolled down if you don't press the brakes. So in hills, driver usually put brakes. That's why the people who drive on hills, their brake got more and more. I'm not getting the word. their brake more and more wear out, because in hills you need brakes very, very much often. Yeah, that's thing I think you are not watching till now, but it's my job to do practice daily, and it's in my control. That's why I'm doing it. And I know the videos are not becoming that much good. My English is still needs way much improvement, and I will do it. It's only day 35, and I know if I will reach at day 1000, that day I can say I have improved a lot from my past, and I can see the improvement. So that's all for today. I will talk again tomorrow. For now, have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.